here is some notes, kind of like a little cheat sheet for you guys for all the different types of transformations we've talked about so far. So make sure you're filling it in as you watch this video. So a transformation is the operation that transforms one figure into another figure. A preimage is the original figure in the transformation of a figure in a plane, and the image is the new figure that results from the transformation. To label it, we label a point on an image by using the same letter as the corresponding point on the original figure, followed by a prime symbol. For example, if I actually had A, so my preimage would be A, my image would be A prime. An isometry, also known as rigid transformations, is a transformation that produces congruent images of exactly the same size and shape. So just a little bit of a review of the coordinate plane. We have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. This point right here is our origin. We have the x-axis, the y-axis. This is clockwise. This is counterclockwise. So the first kind of translation we talk about, or transformation, is a translation or slide. A translation is a transformation in which all the points of the figure move the same distance in the same direction. To describe the translation using an ordered pair, we add the coordinates of the ordered pair to the coordinates of the original point. So you can describe a translation of each point xy of a figure by using xy is translated x plus a and y plus b. So where a indicates how many units a point moves horizontally, and b indicates how many units a point moves vertically. So if it's x plus 5, we'd move 5 to the left, right. If it's x minus 5, we'd go to the left. An example would be, so say we're going to translate xy, and we're going to do x minus 4 and y plus 2. Original points, A is going to be 0, 1. B is going to be 4, 2. And C is going to be 3, negative 1. So if I wanted to graph my original ones, my original shape. So if I subtract 4 from my x values, I'm going to get a negative 4. And then if I add 2, I get negative 4, positive 3. I get 0, positive 4. And I get negative 1, positive 1. So my new shape is, here's a prime with a new a. New b. And the new c. So there's where my shape moved to. The next type of transformation we talk about is a reflection or flip. A reflection is a transformation in which an image is reflected or flipped across a line. The line in which the figure is flipped, the figure undergoes reflection, is called the line of reflection. Every point is the same exact distance from the line of the reflection as its corresponding points on the original figure. So when we talk about doing this with coordinates, so the reflection in the x-axis, we multiply the y-coordinate by -1 to find the new coordinates. For example, if it was x, y was our coordinate, our new coordinate would be x, the opposite of y. For reflection in the y-axis, we multiply the x-coordinate by -1. So we do x, y, and it becomes the opposite of x, and y stays the same. So the reflection is xy. So in this one, we are reflecting it across the x-axis. So of our ordered pairs, so A is -1, 4, B is 2, 4, and C is 4, 1. My new A, new B, and new C. So I multiply y by negative. So it becomes -1, -4, 2, -4, and 4, -1. So my original shape was right there. When I reflect it, it's going to look like this. Okay. Rotation or turn. Rotation is a transformation about point P called the center of rotation. And each point and the image are the same distance from P. The center of rotation is the fixed point about which the figure is rotated. So the coordinates for it are a little tricky, so you want to pay attention to what happens if it goes 90 degrees clockwise, 90 degrees counterclockwise, and then 180 degrees. This is all just around the origin. So for rotating around a specific point, this method will not work. And sometimes we're going to be asked to do a 270-degree rotation. That would just be 180 plus a 90. So you do it twice. So if we're going to do it 90 degrees about the origin clockwise, the new y is going to be multiplied by -1. So it's xy, and then they flip and become y times the -x. So the first thing that happens is your ordered pairs are going to flip around, and the new y becomes its opposite. So it's the opposite of x, and then we flip everything. When it's counterclockwise, it's x by -1, the new x. So they still flip around. So order pairs flip, and it becomes the opposite of y, x. And then when we do it 180 around the origin, we multiply both the coordinates by -1. They do not flip around. So xy just becomes the opposite of x, the opposite of y. So this is an example of rotating 180 degrees around the origin. So our rule is that it becomes the opposite of x and opposite of y. So if we have A, B, and C, original points are 1, 1, 2, 4, 4, 3. 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, my original shape. So my new shape, my A prime, B prime, and C prime, it just becomes the opposite. So it'd be -1, -1, -2, -4, -4, -3. So the shape rotated around the origin.